Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from whichever part of the world you're from. This is Kavita Ramchand from Life Success Coaching in Mauritius. So, we are continuing to read the book You Were Born Rich, and everyone is born rich. We just have to become aware of how rich we are, right? And I'm on chapter 8, which is called The Razor's Edge. Now, I'm going to continue as Bob is going to tell us a story of one of his friends, right? So let me just go back. Here, it's called Heinz Dow's story. As I was writing this chapter, a very dear friend of mine, Heinz Dow's, telephoned to thank me for an idea I had given him. But before I let you in on what that idea was, permit me to give you some background information. Heinz works for a large insurance company in Toronto, and every October his company holds a contest which is referred to as a President's Month. All of the salespeople in the company gear themselves up for the contest and they each perform at their peak level of productivity. Their reward, if they should win the contest, is both fame and fortune. The company always recognizes its proven leaders. This is something that we need to understand here that, you know, when you're working for a company and let's say every month you're doing whatever sale you do, but then when a competition is put up, everybody suddenly gets more life, gets more energy, and they because there's a reward, right? So they want to work hard for it. Now, he says, as he does every year, Heinz had an exceptional President's Month. But in keeping with his practice of previous years, he was planning to relax a bit in November, or at least to revert to what he considered to be normal production. So, after that President's Month in October, people tend to relax. Okay, now we are back to normal production. Like there's no reward to be gained, right? So it everybody just relaxes. And as I was talking to him one afternoon, however, I noticed his usual high degree of enthusiasm had leveled off considerably. I knew something was amiss, so I asked him what was bothering him. He then explained he was experiencing a big letdown now that his big month had come to an end. In an attempt to raise Hein's spirits, I asked him the following question: Hein, what would you do? What would you do? Where did I go? 1 minute. Yeah. What would you do with the extra commission you would earn if you were to repeat your October performance in November? He actually earned 3 times his usual monthly income in October. Seeing the true meaning behind my question, Heinz's face brightened considerably and a broad smile appeared across his face. Now, I want to make something clear here. A lot of people, you know, even I was included, money doesn't motivate you. Money is not something that we that will make us do things. A lot of times, the idea of more money, getting more money, kind of puts people off, you know, because we all have all been, conditioned to see money, whatever, in whatever way, maybe negative or whatever. But money per se is one of the least motivating factors for people to do something. So, what was his true meaning here behind the question that caused Heinz to become, enthusiastic again? Was what he could do with the money. This is something that it took me time to learn that money is only meant for two things. Number one, it makes your life comfortable. And number two, if you have extra, you will be able to help so many people. Actually, a lot of people want to earn money mostly not for themselves. It's mostly for helping somebody else. Like, okay, first is for themselves to make their life more comfortable for sure. And then when you have extra money, what do you want to do with it? That's when you realize, oh, I could help others. And we all have this inherent desire to help people. Every one of us has. Like if you're in a family, you want to help your spouse, you want to help your parents. So that's how then you get motivated, you know, and you understand that okay, money is just a means to an end. That's it. That's all it is. It's a tool. Money is just paper. It cannot make you happy or cannot. Uh, it's not going to change you, but it can help you get make other people happy. Do things for others. That it can help you, right? And when you have that kind of a feeling in your heart, I tell you, the universe just showers you with blessings. That's my personal experience, and I that's what I want to share this with people because when I realized this, I was like, "Oh my god. I had never looked at earning money in that way before." You know? That what I could do with that money. That is what gives people the drive. Okay. Then he says, then Bob told him, then I quickly added, we both know you are quite capable of repeating your October performance in November. He's done it once, he can do it again, right? There's no question about that. By this time, Heinz had become thoroughly convinced that not only was he capable of repeating his performance, but he definitely would repeat it. He said with his customary confidence and vigor fully restored, all right, Bob, I'm going to do it. The razor's edge. He did it. Heinz beat his own record of October in November. Think of the difference this will make in his annual income, not to mention his standing in the company. You just know he will duplicate or better his performance next November following the President's Month. The something for Heinz Doss turned out to be nothing more sophisticated than deciding to do the same thing in November, which he had already done in October. Perhaps you're saying to yourself, anyone could have figured that out. And you're right, they could have. But there are a few thousand people selling for the same company that Heinz sells for, and I'll bet you dollars to donuts there weren't five others who did it. So I'll stop here now because that's where I stopped on the other side. So here I want to help you understand this concept, you know. When you're working, a lot of times because you're doing the same, there's no reward. There's no reward, right? So you are working at the same pace. The moment a competition is held, everybody gets energy because there is a goal, there's a reward. So, in the same way, you want to have a reward right in front of your eyes every month and keep improving. Like, let's say, for example, you want to buy a car for yourself, right? That's your reward. And that's why you need to the money for it. How will it come? You need to have money to pay for the car. So because that becomes your motivating factor, you have a goal. The moment you have a goal, you will be focused on that goal and you will do your work with that kind of a focus. Like, because you want that. Because you want that, you will perform better and then you will get the reward for it. But of course, you're not working with the intention of getting the money. No, you're working with the intention of giving your best again and again and again because you know that when you do that, you are the one who's growing in the process. You're growing in awareness of your own potential to create so much good in your work, and the reward will come. The reward just follows, but you have to become that person of value. You have to give first. Give your best at your work. Why did he have to think that okay, October is done now, I can relax and I can take it easy? No, because he didn't have a goal at that time in November. But we have to self-impose goals on ourselves sometimes. You know, you want to know that you can have more. And if you can have more, you can work for it and you will get it. It's as simple as that. But there are lots of ideas that have come into our mind. You should be happy and contented with what we have. These are all false notions that have gone into our mind that keeps a lot of people stuck today. So make it a point to download this book and read it for yourself, because the repetition of reading the same book again and again will make it go deep into your subconscious mind, and that's when you truly understand the meaning of everything. So thank you for being here, and I will see you on Tuesday. Bye bye.